Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. The 5 Rand and the 20 Rand are not just money. They are symbols of power, memory, and national pride. One moved through daily life, the other preserved history. What hidden stories do these two coins reveal about South Africa's journey? The South African 5 Rand 2006 coin represents strength, transition, and national identity expressed through everyday currency. By the time this coin entered circulation, South Africa had already crossed one of the most significant turning points in its history and was moving steadily through the challenges of building a modern democratic society. The 5 Rand coin, larger in value and presence than lower denominations, carried with it both practical importance and symbolic weight, making it a powerful reflection of the country's economic and cultural direction during the mid-2000s. To understand the meaning of the 5 Rand 2006 coin, it is essential to look at the broader journey of the South African Rand. Introduced in 1961 when South Africa became a republic, the Rand replaced the South African pound and marked a clear step away from colonial monetary systems. The name Rand originates from the Witwatersrand, the ridge where vast gold deposits were discovered in the late 19th century. That discovery reshaped South Africa's economy, drawing global attention and establishing the country as one of the world's most important mining centers. From the beginning, the Rand was deeply connected to the land, its natural wealth, and the labor of its people. For decades, the Rand existed within a deeply divided society. Under apartheid, economic power and access to resources were unevenly distributed. Currency circulated within an unjust system, reflecting sharp inequalities. When apartheid officially ended in 1994, South Africa entered a new era, and its money had to evolve alongside its political identity. Coins and banknotes began to change, shedding symbols that no longer represented the nation as a whole and adopting imagery that emphasized unity, diversity, and shared ownership of the future. By 2006, South Africa had been a democracy for just over a decade. This period was marked by both optimism and complexity. While political freedom had been achieved, economic inequality, unemployment, and social transformation remained pressing challenges. The 5 Rand 2006 coin circulated during this phase of nation-building, quietly supporting daily life while symbolizing stability and continuity in a changing society. The 5 Rand coin occupies a unique place in South African coinage. It is not merely small change, nor is it a high-value banknote. It represents a midpoint between the ordinary and the significant. Its value makes it noticeable in transactions, and its physical size and weight give it a sense of importance. In 2006, the 5 Rand coin was widely used in transport systems, retail purchases, informal markets, and everyday exchanges. Passed through millions of hands, becoming part of the rhythm of daily life across the country. Design plays a crucial role in understanding the message carried by the 5 Rand 2006 coin. Coins minted in this era often feature the South African coat of arms, adopted in 2000. This emblem was designed to reflect the values of the new South Africa and to move away from imagery associated with colonialism and apartheid. Every element of the coat of arms was chosen with intention, making it one of the most symbolically rich national emblems in the world. At the center of the coat of arms is a shield, representing protection and strength. Inside the shield are 2 human figures inspired by ancient sand rock art, facing each other in greeting. These figures symbolize humanity, equality, and unity, emphasizing the idea that South Africa belongs to all who live within its borders. Above the shield rises a stylized sun, representing rebirth, renewal, and the promise of a brighter future. The secretary bird, with its powerful wings spread wide, stands as a guardian figure, symbolizing vigilance and the defense of the nation. Surrounding elements such as wheat ears represent growth and fertility, reinforcing themes of nourishment and sustainability. The presence of the coat of arms on the 5 Rand 2006 coin turns the coin into more than currency. It becomes a message of identity carried into everyday life. Each time the coin is used, it silently communicates the values of unity, resilience, and hope. In a country with 11 official languages and immense cultural diversity, such symbols play a vital role in fostering a shared sense of belonging. Language on South African coins also reflects this diversity. The inclusion of different linguistic forms reinforces the idea that the nation's identity is collective rather than singular. The 5 Rand coin, through its inscriptions and imagery, serves as a reminder that South Africa's strength lies in its people and their shared commitment to coexistence. The year 2006 itself was significant in South Africa's post-apartheid timeline. The country was gaining confidence on the global stage, strengthening diplomatic relationships, and positioning itself as a leading economy in Africa. Infrastructure development, trade, and tourism were expanding. The rand, including the 5 Rand coin, played a crucial role in supporting these activities. A stable and trusted currency is essential for economic growth, and the continued circulation of well-designed, durable coins reinforced public confidence. The physical composition of the 5 Rand 2006 coin is another important aspect of its story. Typically minted from a robust metal alloy, the coin was designed to endure years of circulation. Its durability mirrors the resilience of the nation itself. South Africa's history is marked by struggle, resistance, and perseverance, and the coin's ability to withstand wear reflects that enduring spirit. Over time, the surface of the coin accumulates scratches and marks, each telling a silent story. These marks represent countless transactions, journeys, and interactions. Coins are among the most democratic objects in society. They move freely across social and economic boundaries, connecting people who may never meet. In this way, the 5 Rand 2006 coin becomes a shared artifact of collective experience. From an economic perspective, the 5 Rand coin offers insight into purchasing power and inflation. What 5 Rand could buy in 2006 differs from what it can buy today. This change reflects broader economic trends, including rising costs, wage shifts, and market dynamics. Studying such coins helps historians and economists understand how everyday life evolves alongside economic systems. For collectors and numismatists, the 5 Rand 2006 coin holds particular interest. While it is not considered extremely rare, its value lies in its historical context. Coins from the early 2000s represent a formative period in South Africa's democratic journey. As time passes, these coins increasingly become artifacts of a specific era, appreciated for their symbolism rather than their monetary worth. The South African Reserve Bank plays a central role in the story of the 5 Rand coin. Tasked with maintaining price stability and confidence in the currency, the Reserve Bank ensures that coins are produced to high standards. Consistency in design and quality reinforces trust, which is essential for any monetary system. The 5 Rand 2006 coin stands as evidence of this institutional reliability. In many communities, particularly in rural and informal economies, the 5 Rand coin plays an important role. Cash transactions remain central to daily trade, and coins of this denomination facilitate exchanges that keep local economies alive. In formal markets, small vendors and transport systems rely heavily on such coins, making them vital tools of economic participation. Culturally, money carries emotional significance. A 5 Rand coin might remind someone of a daily commute, a school lunch, or a small purchase that mattered at the time. These personal associations give currency a human dimension. The 5 Rand 2006 coin is woven into countless individual stories, each adding depth to its collective meaning. The coin also exists within South Africa's broader tradition of celebrating heritage through currency. While some coins highlight wildlife or historical figures, the 5 Rand coin's emphasis on national symbols reinforces the idea of shared identity. This approach reflects a conscious effort to use currency as a unifying force rather than a reminder of division. As the world moved further into the digital age, the role of physical coins began to change. By 2006, electronic payments were growing, but cash remained essential for most people. The 5 Rand coin stands at this intersection between traditional and modern economies. It represents a time when physical money still dominated daily transactions, even as the future of digital finance began to take shape. Over the years, many 5 Rand 2006 coins have been removed from circulation. Some have been lost, others saved, and some worn beyond recognition. Yet their significance endures. Each surviving coin is a tangible link to a moment in South Africa's evolving story. Holding such a coin connects the present to the past in a direct and personal way. Internationally, the rand's credibility depends on more than exchange rates. It is supported by strong institutions, responsible policy, and public trust. Coins like the 5 Rand 2006 contribute to this trust by providing reliable, recognizable currency. They are physical symbols of economic order and national sovereignty. The mid-2000s were also a period of cultural confidence in South Africa. Music, sport, art, and public discourse reflected a society exploring its identity and future. Currency existed alongside this cultural energy, reinforcing themes of pride and unity. The symbols on the 5 Rand coin aligned with a broader narrative of resilience and self-definition. Ultimately, the South African 5 Rand 2006 coin represents balance. It bridges the past and the future, tradition and transformation, practicality and symbolism. It carries the legacy of South Africa's resource-based origins while embodying the values of a modern democratic state. Though modest in appearance, it holds immense historical and cultural weight. Seen through this perspective, the 5 Rand 2006 coin is far more than a unit of exchange. It is a silent witness to a nation's journey, a durable reminder of resilience, and a shared object that connects millions of lives. In its metal surface and engraved symbols lies the story of South Africa continuing to define itself, one transaction at a time. The South African 20 Rand coin occupies a unique and powerful position in the nation's monetary and cultural landscape. Unlike lower denomination coins that circulate quietly in daily transactions, the 20 Rand coin stands out as a symbol of prestige, commemoration, and national pride. It represents not only value in monetary terms but also value in meaning, history, and symbolism. When South Africa issues a 20 Rand coin, it is rarely just about commerce. It is about memory, identity, and the deliberate act of preserving important moments in metal. To understand the significance of the 20 Rand coin, one must first understand the evolution of the South African rand itself. Introduced in 1961 when South Africa became a republic, the rand replaced the South African pound and marked a decisive break from colonial monetary systems. The rand took its name from the Witwatersrand, the ridge of land where gold was discovered in the late 19th century. That discovery transformed South Africa into one of the world's most important mining economies and placed it firmly on the global financial map. From its very origin, the rand was deeply tied to the land, its resources, and the labor that extracted wealth from beneath the surface. For many decades, South African currency existed within a deeply unequal society. Under apartheid, money circulated through an economy structured by racial segregation and exclusion. Access to wealth, land, and opportunity was restricted, and currency became a tool within that system. When apartheid ended in 1994, South Africa faced the immense task of rebuilding not only its political institutions but also its symbolic language. Currency became one of the most visible ways to express change. Coins and banknotes were redesigned to reflect democratic values, cultural diversity, and shared ownership of the nation. The 20 Rand coin emerged within this broader context of transformation and symbolism. Unlike coins intended for everyday use, the 20 Rand coin is often issued as a commemorative or collector's piece. This higher denomination immediately sets it apart. It signals importance. It invites attention. It asks the holder to pause and consider why this coin exists and what it represents. In this way, the 20 Rand coin functions as a bridge between money and memory. South Africa has a strong tradition of issuing commemorative coins to honor significant events, leaders, and milestones. The 20 Rand coin is frequently chosen for this purpose because it carries enough value to justify careful design and limited mintage while remaining accessible to collectors and citizens alike. These coins often commemorate moments such as the birth or legacy of national leaders, anniversaries of democracy, cultural heritage, or achievements that shaped the nation's identity. Design is central to the power of the 20 Rand coin. South African commemorative coins are known for their rich symbolism and detailed craftsmanship. Commonly, such coins feature portraits of iconic figures like Nelson Mandela, whose image has become synonymous with freedom, reconciliation, and moral leadership. Mandela's presence on a 20 Rand coin transforms it from a simple object into a statement of values. His face represents sacrifice, forgiveness, and the triumph of human dignity over oppression. Other 20 Rand coins may feature national symbols such as the South African coat of arms, which itself is a deeply layered emblem. Adopted in 2000, the coat of arms reflects the spirit of a democratic nation. At its core is a shield containing human figures inspired by ancient rock art, symbolizing unity and shared humanity. Above the shield, a rising sun represents rebirth and renewal. The secretary bird, with wings spread wide, stands as a guardian figure, symbolizing vigilance and protection. Wheat ears and other elements represent growth, nourishment, and prosperity. When such imagery appears on a 20 Rand coin, it elevates the coin into a compact narrative of national identity. Material choice further reinforces the special nature of the 20 Rand coin. These coins are often minted in higher quality metals or finishes compared to everyday circulation coins. Some are produced in silver or other precious metal alloys, enhancing their appeal to collectors and investors. The weight, texture, and visual presence of the coin communicate permanence and importance. Holding a 20 Rand coin feels different from holding loose change. Feels intentional. The role of the South African Mint and the South African Reserve Bank is critical in this process. These institutions are responsible for ensuring that coins meet the highest standards of quality, accuracy, and symbolism. When a 20 Rand coin is issued, it reflects not only artistic decisions but also institutional credibility. Trust in currency is built not just through economic policy but through consistency, craftsmanship, and respect for national symbols. From a cultural perspective, the 20 Rand coin represents a dialogue between past and present. South Africa is a country with a deep and complex history, stretching from ancient civilizations and indigenous cultures through colonialism, apartheid, and democracy. Commemorative coins allow the nation to acknowledge this history in a tangible way. They do not erase the past but reinterpret it through a lens of learning and remembrance. The emotional power of the 20 Rand coin should not be underestimated. For many people, owning such a coin is not about spending it. It is about keeping it, displaying it, or passing it down. These coins often become heirlooms, objects that carry stories across generations. A parent may explain to a child why a particular 20 Rand coin matters, what it represents, and what was happening in the country when it was issued. In this way, the coin becomes a teaching tool as well as a collectible. Economically, the 20 Rand coin also reflects South Africa's engagement with global markets. Commemorative and collector coins are often sold internationally, showcasing South African history and artistry to the world. This contributes to cultural diplomacy, allowing the country to tell its story beyond borders. Collectors in other nations who acquire a South African 20 Rand coin are not just buying metal. They are buying a piece of South Africa's narrative. The existence of high-denomination coins like the 20 Rand also raises interesting questions about the nature of money itself. In a world increasingly dominated by digital transactions, physical coins with symbolic value challenge the idea that money is only about convenience. They remind us that currency can also be about meaning, memory, and identity. The 20 Rand coin exists partly outside the logic of everyday economics and partly within the realm of culture and history. Over time, the value of a 20 Rand coin can evolve. While its face value remains fixed, its collector value may increase depending on rarity, condition, and historical significance. Coins associated with major national milestones or iconic figures often become more sought after as years pass. This transformation from currency to artifact mirrors the way history itself gains meaning through distance and reflection. The South African experience gives particular depth to this process. Few countries have undergone such a dramatic political and moral transformation in such a short span of time. The transition from apartheid to democracy was not just a change in law but a redefinition of national identity. Commemorative coins like the 20 Rand serve as physical markers of that journey. They freeze moments of reflection in metal, allowing future generations to touch history, The symbolism carried by the 20 Rand coin also reinforces ideas of unity in diversity. South Africa is often described as the Rainbow Nation, a term that captures its cultural, linguistic, and ethnic variety. Coins that celebrate this diversity help normalize it as a source of strength rather than division. The imagery and inscriptions on these coins speak to shared values while acknowledging different roots. From an artistic standpoint, the 20 Rand coin represents some of the finest work produced by South African engravers and designers. Creating a coin that balances aesthetic beauty, symbolic clarity, and technical precision is a demanding task. Every line, curve, and texture must be carefully considered. The result is a miniature work of art designed to endure for decades, if not centuries. The relationship between people and money is deeply psychological. We assign meaning to objects that represent effort, survival, and success. A 20 Rand coin, especially one that is commemorative, carries a sense of achievement and respect. It is not casually discarded. It invites contemplation. It asks to be valued beyond its numeric worth. In many cases, the 20 Rand coin also represents reconciliation. Coins that feature leaders like Nelson Mandela or themes related to democracy and freedom are reminders of the choices South Africa made to avoid civil war and embrace dialogue. They stand as quiet affirmations that unity was chosen over revenge and hope over despair. As years pass, the stories attached to 20 Rand coins continue to grow. What begins as a commemoration of a specific event gradually becomes a broader symbol of an era. Future historians may look at these coins as primary sources, physical evidence of how South Africa chose to represent itself at particular moments in time. Ultimately, the South African 20 Rand coin is not just currency. It is a statement. It declares that money can carry memory, that metal can hold meaning, and that a nation's values can be expressed in the objects it creates. It reflects South Africa's journey from division to democracy, from silence to storytelling, and from survival to self-definition. In the palm of a hand, the 20 Rand coin holds history, identity, and aspiration. It reminds us that the true value of money is not only what it can buy, but what it can preserve. Through its design, symbolism, and purpose, the South African 20 Rand coin stands as a lasting echo of a nation that chose to remember, to honor, and to move forward with dignity.